Hi everyone, welcome back to our beginner's van build. In this one, we're going to show you how we've built these cupboard frames. So if you watched our last video, we had made a start on the cladding and the bulkhead, but we didn't want to do too much until we had the cupboards up there, so we know what to clad up to, and then if we needed to trim anything, for example. To make the frame of the cupboards, we are keeping it light and we're just going with some 240 18x44 smooth timber. So then up along here, we're going with 210 and we're going to split it into 3 cupboards. We're going to do the same on the other side, but because we've got the kitchen at the back there, we're also going to continue the cupboards to the bulkhead.
So behind the bubble foil, we've already got a piece of wood drilled in. So we're just gonna attach it onto that. So that'll go straight on there, and then we'll build off that. I'm just marking out where we're gonna start the cabinets. So it's gonna be at this height. We worked it out to be this height because once we've got the cushion onto the seating there, Callum sat down to see what height he would be to make sure that he's got room to basically lean against the wall without hitting his head. So yeah, I'm just measuring 2 centimeters, and that's where we're gonna put our first beam of wood. Okay, we got the first batten in place. We started using 30mm screws, but they seemed a bit too short, so we went for the 40s. It's on there nice and secure. We've actually got offcuts, which we got off of these, which are 30 centimeters, and they fit perfectly into place to go up here. So we've actually got battens underneath here in place already, so we need to angle the bottom first so that sits against that nicely and screw them into place.
Cool, so as Tash said, we need to cut these vertical bits of timber at a bit of an angle. So I don't know if you can tell, but our jigsaw's got this plate that can move. So we're just doing it by eye, and if we need to do a bit more at a time, then we will. So I'm just gonna trim this edge.
I'm just gluing the bottom of this, and then we're gonna use the 30mm screws to put it against the wood that's underneath here.
All right, so that's the 4 vertical ones along the top. They're the 30s, and then we're gonna do 4 20s along the bottom, because we're gonna have 3 individual cupboards.
So again, you can see that we've used brackets here on either side. Now we're going to make a front frame for it.
Alright, morning, new day. So that's one frame done, and now we're doing this one today. We've already cut these into size, so these are the exact same length as the ones up there. And yeah, so I guess again, we just need to cut 30s along the top and then 20s on the horizontal. Right, so now that the timber beams are cut, we are now moving on to the cladding. So we're just gonna cut 9 little bits to fit in this space, because we bought the 180, so it wasn't long enough to put up and then trim. All right, let's get screwed on. Right, so I didn't film much of that just because it's nothing you haven't seen already. So we've already cladded that and then cut to make sure all of that fit, so it was all straight-ish. And then we've already put the horizontal bit of timber for the start of the shelf that goes along there. And now we're just making a start so that we can align the cladding up nicely along there, and it hits that side nicely. We're just making a frame up here for a cupboard just above the bulkhead. So once we do that, then we'll have that bit to then push the cladding up to, so it fits a bit snugly. So again, I'm just drilling holes for the screws to go into, and it's just going into the plastic here, so it's just going to be held in there. It's easier for Tash to get this one because she's right-handed. That's actually something quite good. So I'm a lefty, she's right-handed. So when it's like awkward, we just take turns doing this with the screws.
It is useful.
Alright, as I said, I won't bore you with the details, but that one's gone up nicely. We just need to put in a couple of blocks at the top just to fix it to the roof, so obviously it's more secure. And yeah, so we're currently again, back at making templates with a little bit of cardboard for the ply that's gonna sit here. So we're using 9mm ply. So just lightweight, you know, it's nothing structural, something that we're just gonna paint. And then yeah, on the bottom and on the front, we're gonna use 12. But for the back and sides, 9. Let me show you our awesome selection. So what we got up here, what we're using. Oh nice, a restaurant pizza box, cinnamon grahams, and some honey nut cornflakes.
We're just doing some of the cladding on the bulkhead. So we're keeping this as an open window. We are going to have like, I don't know, curtains or something across there so that we can shut it up. So we're just going to do the cladding up to here, because then we're going to have our kitchen units, and then we can do both sides as well. Okay, we've finished cladding our bulkhead as far as we can go at the moment. So like I said earlier, we're leaving that bit because that's where our kitchen units are going. So the kitchen units are going up to here, that's where we're going to join them. And then we've got a 22mm worktop to go on top, so that's fine that we've got that little gap, that will be covered. And we've got our little window, and I think that's about all we can do for a minute there.
It's looking alright though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Happy days.
Okay, we've put some 5mm ply on the ends of our cupboards here. Just going to cut some more templates to do the other side now.
Alright. Cupboard frames. Yeah, it's mad how this is coming together, it feels like so quickly.
Yeah, it really does.
So yeah, this has been a good one. So not only have we put the cupboard frames together, but we've also managed to clad the bulkhead, which we really wanted to get done this weekend. What else have we done?
So we've finally managed to order some plywood, which is like the main thing that we've been waiting for. So we got that from Wix rather than B&Q, which was always out of stock. So that's getting delivered in a couple weeks, so we can finally get on with everything else.
Yeah, no doubt that's when the next video will be as well, in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so if you liked our video, give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.